everybody, welcome back to 539. So in a recent episode I was talking about this secret facility that I had located behind a graveyard that we were exploring. And while that place was actually a fairly secret facility that was storing oil probably underneath the ground, I realized that this place that I'm heading to right now is the one that I was actually describing with the stairway that goes deep underground. And so I think we're actually going to get a really close look at this place. It is behind a graveyard, and so it should be a really fascinating historic location with something very strange behind it, as well as the previous episode that we did. So stay tuned, let's see what we can find. So it's kind of at the back of this subdivision here. Not really a subdivision, just kind of a small town, and a really weird way to get into this place. Almost like they're kind of discouraging people to come back here just a little bit. So who knows what might happen. We might get followed again today. You never really know on this channel. Actually strangely across from a fairly new apartment complex. Whoa, that's cool. It's an old walkway going off right there. How neat is that? And already looking incredibly historic and really epic, so I think we're gonna find some cool stuff here. And again, somewhere back here along this fence line, we should be able to see whatever this other secret facility is. It might be a prepper bunker, because it really just reminds me of watching the prepper shows with people preparing for the end of the world. It looks like a bunker. Whoa, so it's gonna get kind of muddy here. I think I'm gonna power through it. There's really not a good place to park. I'm just gonna have to risk it. Well, this should be pretty interesting. I think we might head to the fence line first. Okay, I think we can actually see it already. I don't want to look too suspicious doing this. And I want to get the chance to actually explore some of the graveyard too. However, it's going to be difficult to see if we can see the staircase going down. There is a definite barbed wire fence and some sort of facility over there. I was hoping to get a better view. There's a creek, and it's really a flooded time of the year, so there's not going to be any way to get over there. So this is our little facility, whatever it is, and it does go underground. I'm going to look around a little bit. So let's go ahead and meander down this path here, see what historic stuff that we can find. I'm already seeing, I might have to turn around here. There's some stuff behind us that looks fairly interesting. It looks like it is getting covered up and lost in the rear section here. An incredibly packed place, lots of graves here, and looks like lots of history as well. So it kind of looks like we're at the back, but when we walk beyond these headstones here, below these trees are a bunch more memorials that are being covered up. And oddly, again, they are really not that old. So very confusing why a lot of stuff like this happens, where it seems like stuff is almost getting abandoned way too early. And an older one looks like it was sitting here at one time. Now what'll be interesting, looking back here and seeing that these a lot of times are used as decorative plants, would be to see if there's actually then headstones in this section somewhere. And it kind of almost makes me guess that there are. So we're technically still in the graveyard here. You can kind of get a closer view of whatever that is back there. But I'm not seeing anything back here. No headstones. So either they've cleaned it or they're just all gone. You can tell that there's some sort of rock wall here and there's some drainage pipes running. So that's not any pieces of things that would need to be worried about. So it looks like so far it's in pretty good condition, other than this really weird section right here. And again, even right here below, or behind, excuse me, the tree, you can see another base stone right there. So, very weird. And then continuing down the line, these are close, but not quite as close. And I'm not sure what this is, because it looks like whatever headstone or memorial was here at one time is completely worn away. There's a few pieces of something here and something there. But other than that, it seems to be all decorations that have been left behind here. I don't know exactly how old the grave is. However, most of the stuff here looks fairly new. Normally I wouldn't mess around with stuff, but that is someone's photo and it looks like it's getting some water in it, so I will go ahead and just try and shake some of the water out and leave it in a better position, even though I'm sure it's going to happen again. I hope somebody comes back and just kind of secures it, but wow. So way on the other side of my vehicle seems to be another really old section, and then in the middle looks like sort of moderately aged memorials, anywhere from the mid to later 1900s, and a few historic ones in between. I can pretty much tell you that the sidewalk is probably original or very old at the least. But right over here seems to be something very old. You know what, let's go ahead and check that out first. Even a wall of huge stones. Not huge, but pretty big. I don't know what in the world some of these things are. So again, as always, if you think you know, let me know in the comments below, because some of these things just elude me. And, oh, wow. So, it's almost as if they were leading straight to this memorial here, which is just to, it says the unknown soldier, but I would assume that it's actually a memorial that's dedicated to all unknown soldiers. But it's hard to say the exact purpose of it without knowing the history behind this place or any historical markers being nearby. But again, a very interesting find at the very back section of this graveyard. Although again, it looks there's some mowed grass all the way back over there, which leads me to believe that there's more here. So let's keep looking. I feel like I'm acting more suspicious at this place than many of the places, and no one's come to say anything to me yet. But I've just been sort of hanging out towards the back section and going in and out of the woods. There are a couple vases. And this is definitely man-made cement structure of some sort, probably a base stone, but it almost looks like it's probably discarded. So I don't think that it's anything that just got covered up by the brush over time. So unless I see any other evidence, I'm not gonna make a judgment call like that. But also the trees are kind of fashioned in a way where it looks like there was a path going down this way at one time, but again, I'm not seeing anything down there. But again, kind of fascinated that no one of all the places that I've gone has come to check on me in here. But I don't know, with seeing the plant life the way it is, it kind of makes me think that I'm going to stumble upon something. This looks like an old section that's gotten covered up. Another pretty large, seemingly out of place decorative stone here, and behind it is someone from the Oddfellows, an L.J. King. So I'm guessing that it probably had something specifically to do with his memorial here. Again, it's sort of just looking like there should be stuff back here. I don't know, it just feels like we're not at the edge, like we're at a modern day edge and really nothing else. So you can see the old road or pathway that would have led here. And what's odd is that looking directly this way, and then on either side we can see there are pretty massive trees, but none directly down the center, almost looking as if it would have continued on back. So I don't know, maybe we'll have to take a look here in a second, excuse me, but let's continue going this way. This place just has such a weird feeling to it. This is really cool looking here. So I kind of keep looking over my shoulder, but there's no one really there. Again, just the way this is all laid out makes me feel like this isn't the end. Very, very small Daughters of the American Revolution marker right there. Would have missed it. I think it was placed there after the fact. I mean, we have been to places before like this. A few years ago we visited a specifically Masonic graveyard, and they actually had quite a few graves that were just lost in the woods behind the place. And when we started hiking back, we could see small markers on the ground, and even the gigantic pinnacle markers that were just standing there in the middle of the brush and hadn't been freed from the debris for many, many years. Another family section right here at the back, and again, just staring off into the brush because I'm expecting to see something here any moment. And you can tell very easily how close we are, and I can't even walk straight without running into the brush directly, I guess, in front of these particular memorials here. So another weird one. But again, look at this. So here we are at the very end. What is this? This is a pathway. Where in the world are we going? Look at this. Holy crap. It doesn't say this is private property. I don't even know where I'm going. Let's take this back for a little ways. I'm not gonna keep going if I think I'm on somebody's farm or something. No, it's a grave. Whoa. There is no way. Wow. So I was 100% correct. This was not the end. Look at this. We are in the middle of the woods here, down this really long trail, and it keeps going too. So I'm thinking there might be more sections, but I think we're on the wrong side again. Wow, so we've literally found things hidden here, and it looks like someone is taking some time to take care of it, but wow, no signs, nothing to indicate that any of this was back here. And really, had I not taken the chance just to follow that long trail there, we never would have found any of this here. I'm almost in shock. I mean, it's still better condition than what we've found in the Masonic Cemetery. However, just so bizarre that it's not marked at all. We're gonna continue on down this pathway. I think this is the end now. And maybe the modern day entrance. There's a fence right here. And there's something else right there. What is this place? Whoa. Again, I can't tell with this one if it is a base stone or what it is, but this is something for sure. And I'm almost positive that it's not a junk pile at the back of the graveyard. I think it is a place where there's been a lot of erosion. There's definitely nothing else that way, and it opens up into a farmer's field. This is incredible. Yeah, definitely was not expecting this when I walked back here. But following another trail now. I think this is an animal trail though. Pretty sure we're on a deer trail. So I'm doubting we're gonna find anything else. There's something there, but I don't think that's actually part of a grave. What in the world? I just feel like I gotta keep going. The trail's back that way. But it's kind of opening up. Whoa. Well, we are now almost back to the very rear edge of what looks like the back of the graveyard, which clearly is not. But if there's any more headstones back here, I'm not seeing anything. I'm really hoping this is not the point where someone decides to drive around and check up on me. Could not look any more suspicious right now than just sort of appearing out of the middle of nowhere. But you can see all the way back there is where we started here, and then managed to just pop out of the trees there. Let's head over this way again. Oh wow, there's literally loose dogs. Weird. Looks like a nice Labrador, but I'm gonna head back to the car and drive around just in case. Always gotta be careful with dogs because most likely they're gonna be fairly friendly. And I'm not really afraid. I'm assuming that they're just a neighbor's dog. In fact, they don't seem to even care about me. But just to be on the safe side. But they're just literally running free throughout the graveyard. Weird. Alright, let's go ahead and drive around.